Yes, sir. I think, Kumarvel, sir, you can start.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I will start. Good evening to all. It's my immense pleasure to welcome all for this personality development program. First of all, I would like to thank our respected chief guest, Mr. Vijay Surana, a leading advocate and president of Vellore Toastmasters Club, to grant this program by his presence. And I would like to thank our management to give permission to conduct this program. Also, I would like to thank our respected principal, Professor Bharath sir, and our respected Dean, Dr. Sasilata ma'am, who encourage us to do such a program. Now, I invite our respected principal, Professor Bharath sir, to deliver a welcome address. Please, sir.
Yes. Good evening to one and all. First, we have to thank God for giving up this opportunity, and we are all here in this gathering. Above all, of course, our Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, and our, Dean Academics, Dr. Sasilata Madam, all are present here, are invited, and they are present here in this meeting. And we are here to hear the speaker. I should not just say speaker, because when I received the invitation last night, around 10 o'clock, I received this invitation, and it was a shock on myself. I said, immediately I called up and I asked, hello, tomorrow is a Sunday. How come you are conducting a program of this nature? What is this happening at 10 o'clock in the night? And anyway, it was a surprise. But then when I looked at the topic, I just went through the topic. It says the best investment. It started off with the first line saying best investment. Anyone, when we think, when we hear the word called investment, of course, in any given age, right from 25 to almost this age, will be a little bit attracted or thoughtful with regards to that, attracted towards the investment, letter, the word. Then I read down below, what is this? The best investment on a Sunday, that to Sunday evening, 4:30. And what's going to be here? Is it going to be on a share market or something? The mind works very fast, And when I read through the second line, it says, on yourself. Oh, what is this? Investing, the best investment, I interpret it this way. On ourselves. Yes, sir, this is the need for the hour. I say, investing on ourselves. I don't know the depth of the topic in which you're going to go inside, Mr. Vijay Surana. And of course, I read through all the advocate and other things. And then slowly I came down. It takes Toastmasters Club, Vellore. When it came to Vellore, yes, sir, my native is very close to Vellore. Because Vellore, very frequently we go and come, it's like drinking a cup of coffee distance for us. So we are from Chennai. So I keep going and coming just like that. When I think I want to go, I take the car and I just run away out. So Vellore, that attracted me more. Vellore, in a place where it is very hot, and in the summer season you take it on the peaks. And winter season, not to say it's a little comfortable, but summer season, it's very, very hot. And you can see the, waves, the hot heat waves flowing. How is sir at this moment is going to keep us energized? And sir is going to deliver a speech on the best investment on yourself. Yes, sir. Sir, it's possible, as I understood, is I always keep myself this way only. Yourself is a very big investment. If you're investing on on yourself and making yourself well, everything goes smooth. Even if there is hurdles coming to you, a mighty hurdle strikes. Still, if you have invested properly on yourself, then that means your health-wise, your mind, body and soul intact very nicely in a peaceful atmosphere. Definitely, you can come out of anything. Sir, I don't want to take over your platform, but at the same time, I would like my cadets need this need this kind of interaction at this hour, because we all know, sir, we are ourselves isolated, and we are also getting trained for a marine atmosphere. One thing I heard is isolated atmosphere. A person in shore, he thinks that he wants to take a leave from office, he takes a leave, he goes to temple. Anyway, if man says today he wants to go to a temple, he goes to a temple. He wants to go to a beach, okay. He wants to go to a holiday resort, he goes that way. But in shipping, it's not possible. It is not possible unless he has invested himself in mind, soul, and body. One cannot be a sailing personnel. So this is the apt, hour to hear from you, sir. And we are going to learn a lot, my dear cadets. And faculties are also there. Of course, faculties are well experienced faculties. I welcome all faculties, cadets, and everyone. There must be something that we have to take from this gathering. That is the attitude that we must have. And definitely, sir, I believe by just the beginning of the meeting, there is always a wave, positive wave which acts on. I believe fully that your exchange of knowledge to us or sharing will strengthen us and take us to great heights, sir. We welcome you all on behalf of AMET, sir. Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. Madam, I hand over the mic to you. We would like to hear from Dr. Dean Academics, Dr. Sashilata, madam. Few words of encouragement. Thank you.
Now I invite.
And I should first say one thing I should not forget. The Dean Madam has been very, very supportive, and because of Dean Madam only I go. Many marine programs are being energetically conducted and brought into the platform, I should say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now I invite the respected Dean, Dr. Sashilata ma'am, to deliver inaugural address. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Respected Principal, Professor Bhaskaran, Honorable guest today, Mr. Vijay Surana, Advocate and President of the Vellore Toastmasters Club, my dear faculty members, student cadets, organizing secretary, Dr. Taamilarasi, and Sir Prof. Good evening to all.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
It gives me immense pleasure to address this audience. I am very glad to address this particular audience. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Today is Sunday afternoon. We are here to listen the talk from the resource person who is available here. On behalf of AMET, along with Professor Rithik Jain, I would like to welcome you, sir, for this wonderful evening. I think at the end of the program, the students are able to get good confidence, self-esteem. Even they are able to develop their personality professionally, as well as their skills will be enhanced. So with this hope and with this guidance, I invite our resource person, Mr. Vijay Surana, for this wonderful session. Now the floor is open to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And it's the time to know about our chief guest. Mr. Vijay Surana is a leading advocate. He completed his Master in Law at SV University and MBA in Finance and Marketing at VIT University. He also completed PGD, Medical Law and Ethics at National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. His area of expertise are legal compliance, project management, strategic planning, finance management, and many more. Mr. Vijay Surana is now the president of Vellore Toastmasters Club. He is helping many students by giving guidance and motivation through the club. It's my pleasure to welcome such a person to this program. Welcome, sir. Now, I just hand over this session to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, AMET. Thank you for this warm welcome. I have been flattered by the kind of warm gestures, stalwarts like Principal and Dean Ma'am and all the professors have been given to us. The knowledge which we carry is nothing in front of the teachers which are in front of me and all of us. We at Vellore Toastmasters Club are overwhelmed with the kind of warmth which is shown on us. And we shall have a great session, and I'm sure all the students, faculties, and all of us are going to take home some beautiful memories and good values to grow with. May I now hand over the session to the host of today from Vellore Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Sowmini, please.
Thank you, Vijay sir. Good afternoon to every one of you. The very fact that all of you have shown up here on a Sunday afternoon says so much about you. Did you know that 80% of success is just showing up? My dear people, you're already in the path to be in the top tier of the most successful people. I'm Sowmini, Vice President Education of Vellore Toastmasters Club, warmly welcoming you all to this session which speaks on investing in oneself. You must definitely be knowing about investing in stocks, mutual funds, Bitcoin, and even the most recent enterer, the Dogecoin. But I would confidently say that if we lined up all these investment methods and let them run for a race, the first person would always be investing in, the first winner of the race will always be in self-investment. Because even so logically, to be in a state where you're well educated and capable of monetary investments, you need to have that made that initial investment in yourself first. So where do you start? How do you start? Well, for starters, investing in oneself can take many forms, like learning a new skill, setting goals, investing time in your creativity, reading educational books, getting a mentor, and the dawn of all, working on and enhancing in your soft skills. To elaborate on it, let me first ask you a question. When I ask you who are the founders of Apple Corporation, whose name comes to your mind first?
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, sure. Steve Jobs and not Steve Wozniak, right? Everybody knows that Apple is a tech company. And still, when we think about it, the first person who comes to our mind is Jobs, who did not even write a single line of code. Steve Wozniak was the brains of the company, who engineered and built its marvelous products that we even use today. He put his every waking hour into it, but the face of Apple to the world today is always Steve Jobs. Wozniak was a classical example that even with all the brains that you have, you can still be someone who's not so largely known about. But he was lucky enough to have Jobs who had exceptional PR, marketing, and presentation skills. And without him, Wozniak would have been somebody who would have worked in a computer shop in California. This brings us to ask, where do you find my jobs? Where do I find my jobs? My answer would be, look in yourself. It is often foreseen that the substantial achievements, like being a rank holder in school, the number of certificates one has, and how successful they have been in their academic journey all alone determines one's success. But these things alone maneuver us to a point and keeps us stagnant there, and always keeping us stuck. But to speed forth towards reaching heights, you need something more than just your academic skills. I have personally learned that personality development does not have a curriculum and can definitely not be taught inside the four walls of a classroom. But by putting yourself out there voluntary to challenges, doing things that you're so scared to do that you wouldn't do even if you were held at a gunpoint. You start by molding yourself into effective communicators, because when you see, there isn't one leader in the world who isn't a good communicator. I'm 100% sure that all of us are good communicators, right? Just when the communication happens inside our brain. Haven't you ever thought how great would it be if I could deliver all my ideas and thoughts originating in my awesome mind to somebody who's standing in front of me? One might have also seen this meme that says the kind of content that the number of points that originate in an argument that I could say, but when I go and say it out loud to the person I'm arguing, just one line comes out. Being a Toastmaster, I have learned how to extract and deliver all of my thoughts and ideas to people and influence them. So, the million-dollar question, how does Toastmasters do that for you? Oh wait, what even is Toastmasters International? To elaborate on that, we have a speech ready by our Toastmaster Bharath. Toastmaster Bharath, Introduction to Toastmasters International and Vellore Toastmasters Club. Introduction to Toastmasters International and Vellore Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Bharath.
Am I loud and clear? Yeah.
Sir, you have to wait a little bit for a cup of coffee along with that at 4:30 in the evening now.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, wait. Where are we today? Toastmasters Sowmini, can you please tell me where are we today?
I believe we are at AMET University, virtually though.
Wow, that's really amazing. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and sorry. A very good evening to all the AMET University friends, professors, my dear VTC members and guests. So today, my speech is going to be about this bread. Have you ever thought what is the relationship between a toasted bread and Toastmasters? Just have a think of it. Well, let me tell that. So when initially Ralph C. Smedley was starting a club, the club activities just resemble like a banquet with toast and after dinner speakers. And that's why he named the club Toastmasters Club. So Toastmasters Club is a non-profit education organization that brings you the greatest public speaking and leadership skills through the worldwide network of clubs. And do you guys wonder who is the current president of International Toastmasters? It's Richard Peck. So it is founded by Ralph C. Smedley on October 22, 1924. And throughout its history, Toastmaster has served for over 4 million people. And today, they are serving over 364,000 members in 145 countries with its 16,200 clubs. These are just really huge number, right? But the saddest thing is that many of us right here might not even know the word Toastmasters in our life. I hope this is true. And we are really unfortunate for not knowing about this wonderful club. But don't worry, I'm here today. So you guys might be wondering what happens in a Toastmasters meeting. Let me tell you that. So in every Toastmasters meeting, there will be 3 segments involved. So the first segment is that prepared speeches. So in the prepared speeches segment, you will be given a topic in advance and you have to speak about the topic by the pathways given to you, and you should also complete the objectives that is given to you. So by doing this process, you can become an efficient public speaker, and one day you can even become a world champion of public speaking. It's really true. And moving on to the second thing, that is the most fun-filled part in in a Toastmasters meeting? Yes, it's none other than table topic segment. So in table topic segment, there will be a person called table topic master, and he will give a topic by calling a person, and the person has to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. And the rule is that you will not be given any time for preparation. Yes, I'm not joking. It happens in every Toastmasters meeting. And by this, you can ultimately improve your impromptu speaking skills. Yes, impromptu speaking skills are one of the most important skills that should be possessed by an individual. For example, it helps many places in our life. When you're in an interview or in a conference meeting, and most importantly, when you're proposing a girl, you must possess this impromptu skill to make her your life partner. And moving on to the third important segment, it is the evaluation segment. It is considered to be the heart of a Toastmasters meeting. Because until someone says that you are wrong, you will never know that you are wrong. And that's why you need an evaluator. So without evaluation, there is no room for improvement. And that's why in Toastmasters, there is a person called evaluator, and he will evaluate all the speeches and role players. So by doing this, you can get to know what are the mistakes you have done, and also what are you good at. Sounds amazing, right? So to sum up, Toastmasters is a place where you can remove your fear, shyness, and you can also develop your writing, listening, reading, and much skills. And one more thing I wanted to say that a mentor, a person called mentor, and he will just guide you, assist you, and motivate you throughout your journey. And whenever you are in trouble, he is always there to help you out. Yes, this is how sweet the Toastmasters community is. And I could really say that I am fortunate because I joined this Vellore Toastmasters Club. Because this club is just filled with advocates, bank managers, experienced general managers, professors, HODs, and entrepreneurs, VTC students, and a lot more to come. What else you have to know? A club just not only giving a learning process, but we are being a family and helping each other. And I'm not saying this is not only happening in Vellore Toastmasters Club, but in every Toastmasters Club, there will be like a family relationship, and you can just learn a lot from them. And at this moment, I really want to thank the founding fathers of the club and the old members who put foundation to this club, because without them, we are nothing here. So the club was started by some of the VIT students with the help of VIT professors, and initially they faced a lot of problems on making this a club. But right here, you will see where we are. And that's the Vellore Toastmasters Club for us. So my dear friends, what are you waiting for? If you want to be a master, just come and join Toastmaster, and you can be a master in achieving your skills and become a master blaster. Finally, this is Toastmaster signing off from you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharath, for enlightening us with your elaboration on TMI. At this point, I hope everybody is motivated to start your journey towards self-improvement. Though motivation is just something that only gets you started. Oh, if I had a rupee for every time I started a workout and discontinued it midway, God, I'd be a crorepati by now. Once you start something, how do you keep going? To keep going, you need to cultivate a habit. By cultivating a habit and sticking to it makes you 1% better every day at the least. And this is how the math works. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up being 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you'll decline nearly down to zero. To elaborate more on habits and cultivation on habits, we have Toastmaster Vijay Surana. Toastmaster Vijay, the 8th wonder of the world, the compounding effect. The 8th wonder of the world, the compounding effect, Toastmaster Vijay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sowmini. Good evening, friends. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
I believe there are two kinds of people on earth. One who dreams about their ideal life, and the others who live their dream. I am the latter. I don't think chasing dreams, but in living them. Advocate, a fitness enthusiast, founder of a community trekking club, and aspiring coach and public speaker. But my life didn't start there. Rather, I started as a shy introvert, afraid of public speaking, who was termed antisocial. And to how I arrived here is a fabulous journey, which I'll take you on today. Friends, let me introduce to you the most powerful formula in the universe, which forever changed my life. As Albert Einstein rightly termed it, the eighth wonder of the world. Yes, you heard me right, the eighth wonder. I'm sure all of you must be wondering, we've heard only about 7 wonders. What is this eighth wonder? Stay with me, friends. And today, I shall show to you the eighth wonder. But for that, you'll have to travel back in time with me. So fasten your seat belts and get ready for a fabulous ride. Long ago, there lived a great king. One day, a wise inventor visited his court. He brought along a gift for the king. The gift had kings and queens, bishops, horses, elephants, and armies. Yes, you guessed it right. The gift was a game of chess. The king was fascinated by it. He so loved it that he informed to the inventor, from henceforth, this invention shall be termed on my name. Heartbroken was the inventor. But he was a wise man. He knew his king's wish was his command. And if he dared deny the king's wish, it would mean certain death to him. So he thought for a moment and replied, "O great king, I shall be glad. But there's a small problem. I make my living with this game. And henceforth, with your name on it, it will be undesirable for me to make money with it." The king said, "That is not a problem. I shall be glad to pay you for this invention." To which the wise man said that I shall take grains of rice in exchange for my invention. The king and the entire court burst into laughter. The king once again said, "Ask for palaces, lands, and jewels, and it shall be given to you." The wise man said, "No, sire, I shall only take what's appropriate for my invention. Since there are 64 boxes in a board of chess, I shall take grains of rice in accordance with the 64 boxes. Kindly ask your men to keep 1 grain of rice in the first box, and the double of it in the second box, then the double of the second box in the third box, until you reach the 64th box." The king laughed and asked his men to deliver the prize. After some time, the king's men rushed to the court, shouting, "Sire, sire, indeed the inventor is a wise man. For all the grains of rice in the entire kingdom will not be enough to make his payment. In fact, all the world's wealth cannot fetch that many number of grains of rice." This, ladies and gentlemen, is the eighth wonder of the world, and it is called the compounding effect. Initially, with every square where the grains double in number, the growth seems too little, insignificant. But as you proceed, if you carefully calculate, by the time you reach the 64th box, The number of grains of rice amounts to a whopping 184 crores. I'm not even aware of the terminology used for those many numbers. I'm not saying this to you because I read it somewhere and I feel motivated about this. I'm saying this to you because I stand here today as a living example of this principle. Compounding effect can be understood as small, boring, insignificant, everyday, smart choices or decisions that we take in our day-to-day, everyday life for a consistent period of time, which results in huge success. I've applied this principle to lose over 35 kilograms of my weight, traveled from being a fat at a whopping 110 kilograms to being fit now, to opt for a change of career and pursue law in my late 30s and transform from being a mere image of my father's legacy to a practicing advocate today. I started as a shy introvert, afraid of public speaking, so scared that I did not even give my final presentation at my MBA. What am I today? An extrovert who went on to establish his own trekking club with over 250 active members, an aspiring public speaker who wouldn't lose a chance to deliver a public speech. My choices over time were small, but smart, done consistently over a period of time. And here am I today, having reaped the benefit of the compounding effect in my life. And all these changes in my lives are in a mere span of 5 years. I cannot imagine the kind of impact this is going to have in the coming years. Friends, we live in an era of instant gratification. We expect quick results. Even 4G seems slower now. We're already looking at 5G. What we do not realize is that while instant results may make us feel elated, happy immediately, but they also die quickly. They do not last. For example, eating an ice cream, a pizza, or watching or spending time on your social media can make you happy momentarily, but it does not give you any long-standing effects or impact in your life. Besides, they have a negative impact on your long growth. Now imagine expecting a delayed gratification. What if you decide to read 5 pages of a book every night before you sleep? Only 5 pages of any subject you love. This may look very meager and small and not so effective on the face of it. But if done consistently every day, that will be 100 pages a month. This is like a book a month, 12 books a year. With this, you'll have so much command over a subject that you probably submit your thesis and walk home with a PhD. And all this by just reading 5 pages a day. Small but smart choices, when made consistently, will take you a long way. Now, what about replicating these choices with your finances? Investing a few thousands every week, or with your health, just 20 minutes of exercise every day. What about spending time, quality time with your family, with your friends, 20 minutes a day? How much will it impact your relations with them in the long run? Just imagine how much will be achieved in a year's time. Now imagine that again in a 3-year perspective, and a 10-year perspective. Every aspect of your life will have a profound transformation. Much like a Chinese bamboo, which grows only about 4 to 5 feet in about 5 years. But suddenly in the next 6 weeks, it grows to about 90 feet high. That the bamboo did not grow in the first 5 years. No, it grew. And it grew where it mattered the most. The roots. The roots went wide and deep in order to have a strong foundation for the bamboo to touch sky one day. It stored enough nutrients, water, for the bamboo to grow swiftly in the coming 6 weeks. Similarly, small but smart choices we make every day will look insignificant at the beginning. But when you keep doing them consistently, it will give you massive results. It can make a radical impact on the growth and compounds into huge success in your life, any aspect of your life. My dear friends, I hope we all are taking something home today. Small, yet a smart lesson. To take one step at a time consistently in pursuit of our dream. Remember, success is not one big thing. It is rather a dozen smaller things done consistently over a period of time. I hope all of us here today will use the 8 wonders of the world and transform our lives. You may learn more about it in Darren Hardy's book, The Compounding Effect. Thank you for listening to me. Over to Toastmasters Sowmini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay. We understood how forming habits is the secret sauce to reaching the pinnacle of success. Now, I'm sure all of us have watched a very popular trend on Instagram with an audio that says, "How did I go from this to this?" where people flaunt their phenomenal transformation of looks, and we thought it was high time we went along with the trend and represented a Toastmasters edition. How it transforms you as a person. To share that story of his, we have Toastmaster Rithik. Toastmaster Rithik, how Toastmasters transform me and influence my life. How Toastmasters transform me and influence my life. Toastmaster Rithik.
When you sit with a pretty girl for 2 hours, it feels like a minute. When you sit on a hot stove, even a minute feels like it's 2 hours. That's relativity. My dear friends at AMET, we all can relate to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. Time can play tricks depending on your situation. I can remember a time when a minute felt like it was 2 hours. Before I tell you how this thing you all need to know about me. You see, there are 2 kinds of people in this world. People who walk into the room with an air of confidence and can instantly start a conversation with strangers. And then there are people like me who walk into the room with air of anxiety and find a corner away from all those strangers. You see, I grew up being an introvert. Introvert as in feeling comfortable being alone. Introvert as in feeling tired after being in a crowd. Introvert as in feeling more comfortable talking to dogs than real people. Introvert as in prefer staying indoors more than outdoors. I hope you get the idea of the kind of person I was. And life is not too kind to introverts, you know. I was in the first year of my college attending a soft skills lecture. To make the class more interesting, the teacher decides to have an activity wherein she would handpick anyone in the class and the selected student has to speak for 2 minutes on any topic of his choice. The class comes down to pin drop silence. The teacher scans the class like a predator looks for its prey. You know, during dreadful times like these, you try to cover your face and hide behind the person sitting next to you. Well, it did not work for me. I hear a voice in my direction. Rithik, you're first. I was spellbound. I raced slowly and walked towards the stage and turn around. I see 40 pairs of eyes directly staring at me. My hands started sweating, my knees trembling, my heart racing, and my mind was blank. Good morning to one and all. My name is, as you all know, Rithik Jain, and uh, I'm here to speak. Thank you, one and all. I stood there for 40 seconds and spoke for 20 seconds. That 1 minute felt like 2 hours. I felt so embarrassed that I wanted to bury myself somewhere. Do you remember a time when you were put in a similar spot? Do you remember a time when your 1 minute felt like it was 2 hours? I realized that this was a problem and I started looking for an answer. And when you're really looking for an answer, universe has its way to help find it. I was introduced to Toastmasters by one of my dear friends over a cup of tea. At first, I thought that people here come to get rid of stage fright like it was a disease. But it turned out to be more than that. I started volunteering for roles, learning how to script and deliver speeches, how to vary my tone up and down, how to talk really fast so that I can get you all excited, or slow down to get someone's attention. I got constructive feedbacks right after my speeches to work and improve upon. But more importantly, the more I faced my fears, the more insignificant they became. The more uncomfortable I became, the more I grew. You see, what dictates the size of a shark is its environment. A shark in a fish tank will grow 8 inches, but when placed in a more robust environment like ocean, the same shark can grow 8 feet or more. The shark will never outgrow its environment. And the same is true for us. The same was true for me. Toastmaster has provided me that robust environment needed for my growth. All we need to do is find a little courage to step out of our comfort zones, and I promise something great will come out of it. As the Toastmaster of the day has asked, how did Toastmaster hear? Speaking in front of you, trying to embrace discomfort, not just when it's difficult, but especially when it's difficult. Thank you.
Thank you, Rithik. I'm sure everyone was much inspired from your journey as I was. Now, imagine a scenario where you have an eye for talent. You just have 1 minute to gather all your thoughts and pitch in an idea to impress him. Where do you start? How do you start? What will be your opening line? You just have one shot at this. I agree that thinking on feet is no easy job. Some people might be gifted in giving impromptu speeches, but by practice, everybody can excel at it. We have a special session ready where you could exercise your spontaneity called the table topics, which is open to all of you to take part because honestly, this is quite boring with just us talking. To elucidate more on table topics and how important it is to have exemplary skills in life, we have Toastmaster Darsini as the table topics master today. Over to you, Darsini.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes,
Yes, very much.
Thank you. Can I go? Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Sowmini. Good evening, AMET University, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. Growing up, what were we taught? We were taught that school is the best place to learn, do well in school, get good grades, get good college, get a good job, work hard, and eventually be successful in life. But have we ever wondered these successful people did during their early days? Self-image. That's what they did. We've seen a lot of people delivering an impact speech, success speech, or even a presentation perfectly. But what we realize is nobody can deliver any speech overnight perfectly. You will have to invest a lot of time and energy on yourself. This is where impromptu communication skills come in handy. Toastmasters is a global organization that has helped millions of people learn public speaking and leadership skills. This segment of the webinar is called Table Topic segment, which exclusively happens only in a Toastmaster meeting. But you all are in luck that Vellore Toastmasters Club decided to conduct a table topic session for AMET University. We want to give every person who's willing the opportunity to speak. Who knows? Who knows? You may start today and fall in love with speaking and go a long way. It can be a start of something new in your life. But only if you take chances to put yourself out there. We do this with the table topic session. Table topic is specifically designed to develop four essential communication skills: listening, thinking, organizing, and speaking. Anybody can volunteer, and a topic will be given on the floor. The speaker's response should be at least 1 minute and can be no more than 2 minutes. The screen will go green at 1 minute, which means you've crossed the minimum time, and red at 2 minutes, which means you've reached your maximum time. The speaker is also allowed to take 30 seconds after having heard the topic to compose his or her speech and then begin. So let me teach you on how to attempt a table topic. We use PAT method for feel. A stands for anecdote and T stands for tieback. F, feeling. Share your honest feeling about the topic. A, anecdote. Share a relevant story about the topic from your life. T, tieback. After you're done with the anecdote, make sure you tie back to the topic you're talking about. So this is how it works. Let me repeat it for you. FAT, feeling, anecdote, tie back. You share your honest feeling, you relate it with a story of your own, and then you tie it back to the topic. So this is how it works. And today's table topic session, we have decided to give away one certificate to the best speaker in the table topic session, which will definitely make you stand out in a lot of places. You will have to volunteer and give a speech on the topic provided. Later, from the list of speakers who volunteered and given a speech, our table topic judge, Toastmaster Devendiran sir, will select the best speaker. Does everyone understand how this session works? Like, if no, please just let me know so that I can come again. If anybody wants me to repeat, please unmute your mics and then let me know so that I can repeat it again. I'll wait for 30 seconds.
Dear cadets, come forward.
Sorry, sir?
No, I'm just calling upon the cadets,
okay,
participants. Yes, because they need, they have to take part now. Cadets who are hearing us, can you just come forward? Yeah, good. Take part in this event.
Okay. So, all right, we'll have one volunteer from Vellore Toastmasters Club to show you how this works, and then we'll have volunteers from AMET University. So, can we have volunteers from Vellore Toastmasters? So, I see Priyanka volunteering. So, I'll give the topic to her, and then she'll start speaking. So, let me give her the topic. What will happen if we don't invest on ourselves? Toastmaster Priyanka. Toastmaster Priyanka, what will happen if we don't invest on ourselves?
Thank you, Table Topics Master Darsini, and good evening to one and all. What happens if you don't invest in yourself? Let me tell you, knowledge and growth doesn't happen just by time and experience. You need a plan, right? Exactly 8 months ago, when I decided to give my IELTS exam, for those of you who don't know, IELTS exam has 3 sections, among which is a section that tests your speaking skills. I really prepared for it as it was just English and it was all about speaking. It was a section. But on the D-Day, the examiner gave me a very simple topic for which I had to talk on for 30 seconds to 1 minute. It was a very simple topic. Who is the strongest person in your life? Very easy. Even an LKG student would be able to answer it. But I literally shivered. I stuttered and stumbled. I just sat there. I couldn't even respond. And that's when I realized that I was lagging somewhere. All these years, I knew that I had this hidden skill, I had this hidden talent in me. I love public speaking, but I really never took the time to nurture, develop, and hone that skill. And it was at this very moment that I decided to join Vellore Toastmasters Club. And I'm here before you now, right now, delivering a successful table topic. Let me tell you, it doesn't stop here, but even when you enter a workplace or a college, there are a lot of people around you who have knowledge that is not limited to the books you read, that is not limited to the books you read in school, right? So let me tell you, when you invest in yourself or work in yourself, and when you keep yourself updated with demands, your demand in market never falls. And this is your further investment in your life to just be in place. Thank you, and over to you, the table topics master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priyanka, for setting an example for AMET University people. So both students and faculty are welcome to take part in this session. So can we have volunteers from AMET University, please? You can just unmute your mic and then talk, or else type your name in the chat box so that we can call upon.
I request one of our cadets to come forward. Team members, come on, this is your time, Hello. Dear cadets, come on.
Dear students, make the session interactive. Okay.
One cadet, come forward and come forward. It will be of a great help for you. In fact, you're energizing yourself more and more with this exercise. Don't feel shy. This is the place where you have to get rid of your shyness. And once you are out of it, you can see wonders, as Madam and the team members have guided us now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we have.
Okay, so can I know who is volunteering, please? Because your name is not visible here.
I am Pranay.
Sorry? Pranay. Okay, Pranay. Yes. Consistency is the key. Yes, Pranay. Consistency is the key.
Yes, for consistency is a key really, but actually helps in my own story because I am a sportsman and I've been swimming from past 10 years. Okay, and I had to attend many meets in which if a sportsman wasn't consistent, means he wasn't. He couldn't able to be.
Pranay, your mic is on mute. Kindly unmute yourself.
I think we've lost him due to connectivity or something.
Pranay is in line, but his mic is mute.
Hello, Pranay.
Any other volunteers?
So, like, we can also have faculty volunteers. We are happy to take any volunteers.
Any faculty members?
Taamilarasi ma'am can go in.
Yeah, I think.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here, Pranay.
Yeah, Pranay, please continue.
Okay,
Continue.
I'm sorry for the last time.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, for me, consistency played a really big role because from since childhood, since I was in sports, I had to be consistent on what I was going to perform because it had to take a lot of practice. If I wasn't up to my mark and wasn't being able to practice at my consistent level, I wasn't being able to go to nationals. Okay. Yeah, that's all actually.
Okay. Thank you, Pranay.
Thank you for coming up to the stage. Thank you.
Any other volunteers?
I would like to volunteer, ma'am. Keerthivaasan.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Should I turn on my camera?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Yes, surely. Turn on your camera.
Am I visible?
Yes.
So the topic is same, right, ma'am?
No, the topic will be different. But it will be easy, don't worry.
Yeah, no problem.
So, which is worse, failing or never trying?
Pardon, ma'am?
Which is worse, failing or never trying?
Fine. That's indeed a great topic, and I would like to throw some light on it. So, failing or trying, which is worst? So, failure is the key towards success. Without failure, we cannot learn anything. It is actually a stepping stone for success. If we take example of many legends, they are up to their mark, up to their presence, up to their achievement, only after facing some failures. Even if we take example of Elon Musk, he lost many times. He had a many failure, but now he owns a own space company, SpaceX, and he is also a great example for an entrepreneur who really success. So, in my perspective, I would consider a failure rather than not trying, because if we don't give a try, we don't get anything. So we can even tolerate or we can even consider a failure, but we should never stop trying. According to me, always participating or letting us in any field is very much need. So I would like to conclude that failure is always must. Failure is a part of life. We should instead think like that. Failure is a part of life, and I'm damn sure that if we start considering our mistakes and if we start noticing our mistakes and try to improvise on it, so success is damn sure for us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Keerthivaasan. So, do we have any other volunteer?
Ma'am, myself, Mohameed Asiff Ali, ma'am.
Good. Welcome.
Mohammad? I'm sorry.
Mohameed Asiff, ma'am.
Asiff, okay. So, your topic will be the most important lesson you learned in your life. The most important lesson you learned in your life.
Ma'am, to me, the most important lesson I had learned in my life is whenever I get failures in any kind of things, I would regret within myself, ma'am. I won't share it with anyone. But once I was in my first year, I got some feelings within me like I am not okay for this graduation. Then I just talked to my senior about this, ma'am. He was telling like at first people used to be depressed within themselves. When one started to talk about this thing to others, they will get themselves free, and whenever they get lessons like from seniors, we will get ourselves motivated, and it myself feel like, oh, this senior was like that in the first year, but now in the final year he has reached this point. Without this depression and if he had this depression from his first year to final year, he wouldn't have achieved this position. So I think that one shouldn't have their feelings within themselves, ma'am. At any point of life, they need to express with others, ma'am. Then these feelings, if they have within themselves, it will demote them, and it won't make them much anything in life, ma'am. So I tell that having feelings or like demoting yourself will lead to a big mistake, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Mohamed Asif. So, do we have any other volunteer?
Anyone else, please?
I think, ma'am, you're on mute, I think. Taamilarasi ma'am is trying to speak, if I'm not wrong. Yes, ma'am, would you like to go?
Yes, ma'am. I'm asking any volunteers, any staff members also from AMET University. Any staff?
Taamilarasi ma'am is a staff. You can ask her
Yes,
directly.
yes. Yes, ma'am. So your topic will be, if you had to teach someone a life experience of yours, what would it be? If you had to teach someone a life experience of yours, what would it be?
Thank you. Thank you, Darshini. Good evening, Toastmasters of VTC, dear faculties and students of AMET University. I want to give my personal experience about the yearly rising. While I was studying in plus 2, I got third rank in offering. My tuition master scolded me in front of all the students. I felt ashamed and cried a lot. Then I decided to study in dedicated manner. My father wake me up 3 a.m. every day at early morning. The early morning duration is known as the Brahma Muhurta. Brahma means knowledge, Muhurta means time period. So Brahma Muhurta is a time period for the knowledge. So this Brahma Muhurta time period will give lot of benefits for us. The Journal of Yoga and Allied Sciences specified that the lot of benefits we received from it while we are waking in this Brahma Muhurta time period, such as the benefits of while we are waking in the Brahma Muhurta, we will increase our immunity level, and we will increase our energy levels, and the BP levels of our human beings will be in balanced condition, and the vitamin absorption of vitamins and minerals of our body also increased a lot. So we are receiving lot of benefits like that. And also the one of the things we have to do in Brahma is usually we will read or meditate, or we will remember our parents, guru, ask someone like that. So we have to think the positive things. If you think or you do any simple readings like this, means surely it will achieve success in the Brahma Muhurta. So the Brahma Muhurta time period is the 1.5 hours before the sunrise. So I followed that activity on that time for January, February, and March for the 3 months for preparing my plus 2 exams. And I wrote the exams and I got first mark in my school. So now you can understand the benefit of the yearly rising. So this is very, very important for students as well as a lot of for everyone to gain a good thoughts as additional work by waking up earlier. Over to you. Thank you, Darshini.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Taamilarasi ma'am. So, do we have any other volunteer?
No. I think you can go ahead, man, with the program.
So, okay. All right.
Anyone else, please? Any
Any
volunteers?
staff members? Staffs are also able to participate.
Darshini, you may call one or two VTC members.
VTC members, yes, sir. So, do we have any volunteers from VTC? Guys, you can just type your name or just unmute and then talk.
Krithi can go in.
Yes. Krithi, can you? Okay. So, here's the topic for you, Krithi. Happiness Toastmaster Krithi. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a choice, Toastmaster Krithi.
Okay. I'll take 30 seconds of buffer time.
Yeah, sure.
It's happiness is a choice.
It's a choice.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, good.
So happiness is a choice. It is the topic. It is actually up to each and everyone whether they want to choose happiness or sadness. It is not an option. It is a choice actually. And for example, in my life, I'll tell you a story which happened to me.
Okay, so I think we lost Krithi there. So that's there. So do we have any other volunteers, or sir, should we wind up the session? Do you have any other volunteers, or can we wind up the session?
I think Madam will come back, I believe. Okay. We leave it to the... yes, I think Madam has come.
Yeah, actually, I had neck issues. Yeah, can I continue?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the story I was telling about the story which happened to me. What happened is in 10th, after my completing my board exam, when results came, my father asked me a question. He asked me whether you will what do you want to do next? Which stream do you want to select next? I said, do you want to? I was confused. Should I leave my friends and go to some other school or take this stream, or I should go with my friends and take the same stream which they are taking? Then I understood. I went through a lot of things going inside my mind. I was thinking, okay, what to do? I'll go with my friends and I'll select the stream what they are selecting and be happy with them. Then I realized that according the inner happiness, which I realized that computer science, which I liked, and I wanted to have a different environment. I wanted to get into IIT. So that was my real happiness. That was my aim. That was my real happiness. So I thought, that was my choice of happiness. I selected it, and it is a choice actually. The what you're making, it is not this one where your friends are going to join. That is not the real happiness. I made the correct choice. That is happiness. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Krithi. Do we have any other volunteers? Okay, all right, no problem. I think we've had 5 speakers today, so congratulations on that. I want to thank all the 5 speakers, Pranay, Keerthivaasan, Mohameed, Asiff, Taamilarasi ma'am, and Toastmaster Krithi for volunteering for today's table topic session. I hope that you all take this as a start and continue this journey by volunteering, sharing, impacting many people, and of course, invest a little time on yourself. It can be for any aspect, but just do it so that one day you'll just look back and you'll be happy that you did it. It's not just for people who volunteered today, even for those who didn't have the courage to volunteer today, please do come forward someday, somewhere else, which will definitely help you in your life from mediocre to amazing. Also, I would like to thank every person who was behind the scenes to put this webinar, and thank you. Over to Toastmasters House.
Thank you, Darshini. I'm sure all of us got an idea on how to at least start to extemporize and impress your venture capitalists to get that funding. Now we have our Toastmaster Devendiran sir, who was the judge of the table topic session, to announce the winner of the table topic segment. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sowmini. Good evening, all. Thanks for joining for the today's session. So, and also I'd like to thank Toastmaster Darsini for giving wonderful topics. And on leadership, here I would like to say a small thing about Nelson Mandela. Everyone knows that he is a particularly special case study in the leadership world because he is universally regarded a great leader. You can take other personalities on depending on the nation. They have different opinions on different personalities. But Nelson Mandela, across the world, is universally regarded as a great leader. But he was asked one day, how did you learn to be a great leader? And he responded that he would go for the terrible tribal meetings, and he remembered two things. When he remembered two things when his father would be with the other elders. Number one, he would always sit in a circle. And second, his father was always the last to speak. You will be told your whole life that you need to learn to listen. You say that you need to learn to be the last to speak. The skill to hold your opinions to yourself until everyone has spoken does two things. Number one, it gives everybody else the feeling that they have been heard. It gives everyone else the ability to learn or feel that they have contributed to something. Number two, you get the benefits on hearing what everybody has to think before they render your opinion. If you agree with something else, don't say yes. If you disagree, don't note no. Just listen, because you should understand from where they are speaking and why they have that opinion that they want to proceed, not just what they are saying. And there where the Toastmasters helps us for better listening and also for the speaker. So thanks for listening our speeches. And now it's time to announce the table topic winner. Actually, everyone here has shared their own experience in their life with an extraordinary speeches. And so it is really very hard to pick one. It's like seeing the sky at night and picking one star. This star is really good. And among others, right? So everyone or you are really great speakers, but somehow we have to pick a person, right? So in that way, I feel that Mr. Keerthivaasan has given a wonderful speech because he had explained the thing that we should try something even if we fail in this situation instead of not trying anything. And also at last he has concluded that failure is also a part of our life, which is the best thing that I feel everyone should learn among us. Very good. So let's give an applause for the Keerthivaasan.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. And now let's hand over the meeting to Toastmaster Sowmini.
Thank you, Dev sir. Certificate of merit will be floated to you shortly, Keerthivaasan. Congratulations on winning the table topics.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Investing in yourself can take many forms, such as reading books. And if you're not a reader, I'd really suggest that you go for audiobooks too, and which is a great way to absorb knowledge. Learning a new skill, finding a mentor, taking care of your health, and or joining a community club, and many more. Just as developing your communication skills, networking also happens to stand atop the list. Networking is king or queen. I can't say enough about the value of putting yourself out there. How will people know you exist? How will you make connections? It is true when they say it's all about the right people that you know. Get out there and know people. You never know who you will meet and who will ignite a spark in you, be it professionally or creatively or even just socially. Enroll in conferences, go to meetup groups, join a writing group, and take professional classes. Join a public speaking club like Toastmasters. And it doesn't matter as long as you're circulating among like-minded people who are ambitious, creative, and like you are always hungry to connect. I can tell this person there's an enormous difference between a student life and a professional life. And being a part of a community or club or a community club will bridge the gap between the student in you and the professional you're going to become. So jump to your feet, put yourself out there. Do not wait for a jobs to come and find and help the Wozniak in you. Who we might or might not be lucky to find. You be that person to yourself. With this, I hope everyone had a productive Sunday and a Sunday that ignited a spark in you to reorder things in your life. I wish everybody stays safe and healthy in these challenging times. Thank you, AMET University, for giving us this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you. Madam,
sir, I request Principal Sir to give valedictory speech.
Come on, Mahid. Anyway, sir, to the audience as well as to the speakers, what I would like to say is, maybe we have come to the stage with different expectations. How the program is going to be on a Sunday, as I rightly said in the beginning, it is so encouraging. Each and every I don't call it as speakers, they shared their views and the three parts what was taught by madam and the other team members practiced accordingly, and the willingness for the cadets to come forward, that itself very clearly shows at least 5% of the students came forward today in the stage to share, to be with us. Now this itself is a positive approach which has come up to. So the the gathering, the event has been a very good, successful event. And sir, Mr. Vijay sir, we would like to also register our cadets. We will make an attempt and get the registration process done for those who are willing to join this team and to share their views more and more and strengthen them. Sir, I remember still, when I was a second engineer in my career, I was very soft and, never used to speak a word, very soft, very hardworking, no doubt, but never used to speak much. But as a leader of the entire team, taking over as a second engineer and a chief engineer's promotion, you have to speak, you have to interact with the media, with the engineers, with the instructors, and so on. I was like a mouthless speech, and I came across a chief engineer called, still remember him, Ivami. He was a Britisher. He called me to his cabin and he said, "Mr. Bhupat, your performance has been very well, very much accepted by the concern. Everything is fine, but I'm very sorry we are not able to promote you as a second engineer." I just kept quiet and I asked, why? Only the word why, yes, no. That's all. That is all I speak. I asked him, why, sir? He said, you are not interacting. You are not interacting. Your social activities are totally, you are putting boundaries to that. You're keeping yourself away, which is not right. You have to open up. And that, believe me, he brought me out And today, a meeting of even 6 hours to 10 hours, maybe non-topic or on-topic too, smoothly with the different wavelengths I could deal with, different types of personals I could get along. And this, here I could see this FAT, I believe, am I correct, madam? FAT? Yes. So this program has to go on well, and our cadets, we will try to in our stream and open up so much that they could face interviews with full confidence and win the win the situations out. Thank you very much to the organizers and above all Mr. Vijay sir and the team members. If I go on, time is running short. The team members, excellent understanding between each other and the willingness, they brought us out, and we will do our level best. Thank you very much, sir. We see up on you more and more in many more programs. Thank you to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And good evening to all. It's an honor to propose a vote of thanks to all to make this program a great success. I would like to thank our respected chief guest, respected principal, respected dean, beloved faculty members, lovable students, and the energetic Toastmasters for their support. Also, I want to thank all participants to make this program a great success. Once again, I thank all for your cooperation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you. And the feedback form is available in the chat box. Kindly fill that form, sir. All of you.
Thank you again to one and all. Safe, stay at home, and let us win this COVID situations and come out with good health, sir. Thank you. On behalf of AMET, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Darsini.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sowmini. Thank you, Vijay, sir. Thank you, Devendiran.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for everything you've given to us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you.
And your members are too energetic.
I'm as strong as my team is.
I want to
am
be
my
the
team.
I want to
Without
be the
them, I'm
member.
nothing, sir. Definitely, sir. We are all in together.
Thank you.
Let us have some more power with you. Thank
I
you,
want
sir.
to learn more from you. Thank you.
Definitely. We'll all learn mutually, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting us and letting us be part of this glory. Bye. Have a good day. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
I know you will, sir. Yes,
Very good. First year group.
Group 1, sir. Sir, you
Nice speech.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Keerthivaasan. You are good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And I just appreciate all the other speakers also. Nice attempt.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And I just wish everyone to proceed. Thank you all.
Those who completed the feedback form, you can use, sir. Thank you.